Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is going to be a very, very hard video for me to get through because I'm going through my past and it's really freaky. Like, things are getting crazy. So, what I mean by this, okay, I wanna talk about K pop and why. And by the way, hey, Rafi, hi, how's it going? I know you know me, I know you. What's up? I just watched Israfi's reaction to Astro, Astro's new comeback knock. I wrote down notes because I knew that this was just way too good to pass up. So I'm gonna put in clips and pictures and Korean language up on the screen because for those of you guys who know, there is a lot of backstory when it comes to K-pop and a lot of origin stories, and I have to talk about a lot of things for you to understand the context of how important this comeback from Astro is actually. So let me start off by saying this. I actually did not like Astro at first. They actually came out when KNK came out. I'm gonna put their I'm gonna put their videos or pictures or whatever up here on the screen. But this was what, like 2016 2016, like right when it started, like January, February, March. I think it was March actually when KNK and Astro debuted. I'm gonna put up like the specific dates because I think that dates do matter, and especially when I get into like astrology and like what like days people were born, and like compare that to the psychology and like the art and the personalities and comparing it to me. Like there's a lot of comparisons to me and my family when it comes to this K-pop shit. But let me just tell you this right now. So Astro, I didn't like them at first because I thought they were way too boyish. I was like, I don't want I don't want boys. I definitely don't want to sexualize them. I want men. I want a male. That's why I got into like old school like BTS and like VIX. VIX was had like Fantasy out, newest like they had Overcome, really like dark fantasy, really like macho but also very effeminate type content from the boys in Korea, in South Korea. So when Astro came out, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm trying to avoid. I'm not trying to look at, NCT Dream and like all these like boy groups. I appreciate them. I appreciate their like Japanese anime type style, their like innocent schoolboy thing. But I don't want that right now. And guess what I did? I actually incorporated like that anime boy thing to the girl groups. So what I did in my brain was to, okay, fine, I see all these boys, cute little guys doing all this shit, whatever. I'm gonna apply that to things I do not sexualize, like G Friend, and like girl groups, so I can like get the balance straight. Because I just felt like there was an imbalance. I'm like, we have to correct that. And I think that South Korea is self-correcting themselves right now. The fact that Rafi is getting into like Omaygirl and A Pink, like I was into these groups like years ago. I'm not saying that to be like, oh, I'm like I was not like there from like the debut. I got in when like they were like, popping in like the girl like bubblegum schoolgirl phase of K-pop, but like, that was when I was opposed to like all the sexy groups. I didn't want it. So, with that being said, now that Astro came out with their comeback knock, I'm just like, what? They called it knock? Like KNK's debut song, knock? Insert clip here. Like, oh my god. Like, are you kidding me? So, first of all, if you don't know KNK, like, I'm sorry, like, they are pioneers in their own right, and unfortunately, like, they're on like a low frequency. They're on the DL because their main vocalist Eugene had to leave the group because of depression. So, and he was like my bias. So I'm like, oh my god, my bias from like my favorite boy group at the time. They were my favorite over BTS. So just to give you some context. But like my bias left the group, and like it just left me like hanging. Like I did like In Song and like what's his name, question something. Really, In Song was like my second bias, my bias wrecker. But I'm just like, what? Like, so Astro, I know Astro. I'm getting to you. So, moving on to Rafi's video. I'm gonna link it down below because like I love watching his videos because I need help when I watch K-pop. Like I can't watch it alone because I get attacked. My heart gets attacked too much. That's why I have to put on this Marilyn Manson like necklace. Like I have to protect myself from these bitches because it is not cool what Moonbin did with that blue glistening hair and his like feminine like body movements. Like no, like he's not even my bias. If anything, he's my bias wrecker. If anything, like I kind of like Rocky because like I just think that he's like really cool and collected and like just chill by like his name Rocky, which we like. Again, I'm gonna get into this astrology shit in a moment because this is really important shit that you guys have to know. Like, just keep in mind, Moonbin and Rocky's birthdays are very important. I'm gonna get to that later. So, as I'm watching Rafi's reaction, I'm just like, Rafi, you don't know what you've done. And even he said this in his video, like, you don't know what you have done getting into these groups that you did not get into before, because now you know how intense K-pop is. And this is why we need to humble ourselves hardcore because, listen, I'm not trying to get biblical, but like the Bible says not to idolize people on earth. And I'm not trying to idolize people. If anything, I'm trying to learn from them because these K-pop idols know what they're doing. Their work ethic is on point. And the fact that their men are getting more feminine, like they're like showing how like feminine dancing is cool, and fashion is cool, especially from like Chungga's Stay the Night, and with Moonbin's like dancing to girl groups. And honestly, that's what got me into BTS. Is like they were dancing the girl groups, like that compilation of them dancing the girl groups. If I can find it, I'm gonna link it down below too, because that is like the iconic thing that got me into BTS, especially them being on Jugun Idol, which is translates to Weekly Idol, which is a variety show. And I'm talking very fast, but that's because I really want to get this shit out. Okay. What does my notes say? Oh, I wrote down. Okay. I wrote down barefooted Moonbin because Rafi like has a thing for feet. I'm just like, what is like? I'm not trying to like throw shade, but like if you're into feet, cool. Like I was not into feet until like very very recently, and that's really only like for girls. Like I'm bisexual, so I'm like, okay, girls' feet are like cool, but like guys, no, I'm okay with not being around that. And even then, it's like, I'd rather pamper my feet, not really touch somebody else's in that way. But I do understand why feet are really like attractive because I go barefooted all the time. Like I love being barefooted on like the beach, on the boardwalk if I get a chance to go to the beach. I just like the feeling of it. It's just empowering. And plus shoes can really fuck up your feet. And I have flat feet, by the way. Like I have size women's like 10 and a half, and my feet are very narrow and flat. I get this from my dad. Thank you, Dad. But it's like, yeah, from my father. And like it's just like I need like some definition in where I walk. I need to walk like on the earth. Like I'm like totally like an earth child. Like, oh, let me walk on the earth. It just makes me feel more empowered. But yeah, so I had to, I don't know, feet. Just keep that in mind, I guess. And then I'm a Virgo. Okay. I guess we're getting into this now. So I'm not going to tell you my specific birthday, but I'm going to say that I am a Virgo. And the year I was born shows that I'm a Sun Virgo. I'm not into astrology. I actually thought it was like a load of horseshit before like very, very recently. Actually, my breakup with my ex-girlfriend, like she knew somebody who was into astrology and I met him. And he knew his stuff. And I realized, oh man, like this astrology shit, something is to it. Like there is something to it, girl. So now I'm paying attention to this. Now, like, home planet, Pierre XO, hey. Pierre talks about him being an Aquarius. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. All the close people in my life are Aquarius. Like, legit, my brother's birthday, February 1st. My grandma, who is now passed away, she passed away like maybe 2-3 years ago, February 2nd. My father's birthday, February 7th. Okay, that's just three. That's all in 1 week. So when I say that I know Aquarius, I know Aquarius, okay? Like, I know them. And I love them. But they're crazy. So it's like, the fact that Moonbin is his birthday, looked it up. The facts are the facts. His birthday is January 20th, 1998. Literally, like, the same year I was born. I'm like, okay. It's the time of it's the time of the Aquarius and the Virgos, apparently, because we are shining like a diamond and the world can't handle it. Now, that got me thinking, right? I'm like, okay, who else do I like in the group? I like Sana, kind of, like, he's a little too boyish for me again. It's just creepy. But like, okay, so Rocky, his birthday is February. Is it February? Oh, is it February 20th, I think? Oh, February 25th, 1999. Okay, so he's 1 year younger than me, actually. I can't believe that. And he's not Aquarius, because the Aquarius cutoff point is February 18th. So he is now Pisces. I'm like, I don't know that much about Pisces, but they're cool. And I looked at his like K-pop member profile, and like I went to look up like what are his hobbies and stuff, and it said that he likes cooking and what else? Like, he likes dancing, obviously, and he likes taekwondo. Taekwondo? 어찌나? 어떡해요? It is so hot if a guy knows like any like technical fighting like that. Like, if you know karate, if you know taekwondo, if you're a ninja, like if you know any of that, like, so hot. And if you know how to cook, honestly, like, you don't need to cook everything, because I like to cook as well, or I like to bake rather. But if you know how to cook some stir fry noodles, boy, I will love you forever. Okay, like, literally, I have a friend like who is a guy, and like I met him during the Yang campaign, and we spent a month together. Me and like 10 other people, right? Crazy, I know. Like, this happened like a couple of months ago. But like, one of my favorite things was to make stir fry with him and his girlfriend, and them teaching me how to make proper noodle stir fry, especially Japanese stir fry. So now I'm like totally just like, if I don't have noodles, I'm literally depressed. Just like, if I don't have the sun, I'm depressed as well. Like, I didn't realize this until recently that, my ex, again, like, she thought, she's a moon child. Like, she's like, her astrology, I think, is like lunar, but mine's was sun. And I always thought, like, especially during my depressed time, during like high school and stuff, I thought that like I thought I hated the sun as well. So I would stay inside, but that was super depressing for me. So I would have to go out on nature walks here where I live. I'm not gonna tell you where I live, because like, crazy. There's crazy people out there, but just know that it's like a lot of like nature stuff where I live on the East Coast of America. And the most like best time for me was like going on this reservoir, going up this hill and walking around this like body of water, this like lake where like they filter the water. So like, our tap water here is actually pretty healthy. And that's like, and like when the sun's out, when the sun was either setting or when it was rising, either one, like, I loved, preferably like when the sun was setting. But now, like, being in California, I realized, like, is this thing still going? I have to make sure, like, my battery doesn't die. Okay, we're still good. Now that I spent some time in California, on and off, like, I realized, like, oh my god, it's really nice being out here. Like, the sun is great, makes you want to go out and do things. But I realized that some people, if they get too much sun, they don't want to do anything. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I suppose too much sun is not good. I literally think we're like going backwards, and I know I'm going off a tangent, but like this does relate to K-pop, right? In time, I think that we're literally going quote unquote backwards as a human species because I literally feel like hibernating during the winter time. Like when there's no sun, and like I worked during the winter time, like I worked at Hallmark where like, it's holiday season and like I was out working and stuff. When I was doing all that stuff, man, I was depressed. So depressed. And I thought it was my job really, but I liked my job. But it was like I just couldn't handle it. And especially if I was away from my family. Because, again, like I'm a Virgo. My folks have sex during the holiday season. So it's like I need to be around people during that time. And not only that, like I need to be like eating like a lot. I need to be eating a lot so I can like help gain like that vitamin D or like whatever the sun has that I can't get naturally into my body. So I'm like, am I like a bear? Like I don't know. Like what is going on? Like by the way, I love nature. Like I used to watch a lot of animal documentaries when I was growing up, like Animal Planet and Discovery, and then like survival shows. So like I'm all about that life. But it's really freaking seeing all this stuff play through and seeing things just like connect in life like the way it is. Literally, life is a movie, and if you just tap into it, you'll be right there. Literally right there. Praise Jesus, hallelujah. So, with that being said, thank you, Rafi, for posting so much content recently. You are the bomb. We love you so much. I wish I could travel to the UK and to Europe to meet you. And I wish I could travel to Prague to meet Pierre too. Because I really think that like all three of us have like similar like vibes. Like we love to dance, we love to be, over exaggerated, and just like really good personalities. But different. We're different. But like, I don't know, like maybe we should start like a dance revolution because after this quarantine, like I am gonna explode. Like I gotta be outside 24/7. I'm just gonna have to say that. But I think this time of rest and this time of hibernation is good, especially during the summertime or during springtime, because it really makes us like appreciate life, honestly, and appreciate the shit that we used to have. And we will have in the future. We will have, good vibes in the future. We already do. So, with that being said, yes, Rafi's getting more versatile. And with that in my notes, Rafi's getting more versatile. And if you're going to continue, Rafi, let me just tell you, like, I know exactly what groups you gotta watch. If there's no groups that are, like, debuting right now, I'm sure there are, but, like, just in case. You gotta watch more Omaigirl. And if you want to watch their, like, QC stuff, I would prefer you watch Closer, one. I prefer you watch, One Step, Two Step. I literally made a video about this like way back. And I'll link that down below too, of how amazing Omaigirl is. Actually, I made a whole video about this on my channel, so I'll link that below. I think I'm like really fucking smart, holy moly. Next, G-Friend, Yo Cha Ching-gu. They are the most underrated girl group because they literally, big hit, bought their company, Source Music, and people are just now realizing how cool they are. So that goes to show, like, man, people did not know what the hell they were doing before the coronavirus. Like, y'all guys were lost. So you better be thankful that God saved us during this time, okay? Next, I'm not even gonna get into the songs you have to. I know I'm getting like frustrated. I love this, but I'm getting frustrated because it's like, you guys are finally seeing what I see. G-Friend, we're gonna have to talk in the DMs on like what songs to watch with them because it's like a whole process. You have to deal with them. Next, A-Pink. A-Pink, yes, of course you have to look at them more. They're a really great group. Really R&B vibes, really soft, like smooth, great vocals, smooth dancing, amazing. Love, L-U-V, great song. Mr. Chu, kind of cringy, very, very girly. I wouldn't recommend it as like a first listen because it's a turn off, but later on, like it'll get stuck in your head for sure. And you. Great song. Okay. AOA. This group is problematic because they got me into like the sexy. We're still going, right? Okay. See, this is like why I need to like make sure I charge my phone completely when I do videos. AOA, especially Choa and Chinu. You're gonna like, again, you say you have a problem with Jin's, you're gonna have a problem with the rapper because her name is Jin something, I forget. But like she's on point. She dances so well. She has this like cute little short hair, this like cool like voice. She kind of how do I explain it? She kind of sounds like Hyuna, it seems like, from 4 Minute. Really cool. But I like Choa from that group personally. And her cute little hair and her like amazing just like booming voice. Again, I have KNK. You don't have to get into them right now, but just know that they're amazing. They're really like what Astro's doing right now with their knock. They literally did that with not like their first debut knock, but they've done this with other songs of theirs. Like they're really hardcore with the R&B and the soft surf, like super, but like very like manly. They're tall, like no. And the last one I had is Sistar. You probably already know about Sistar. Who doesn't know about Sistar? Come on now. Hyolyn is a goddess, we know this. But their B-sides are very underrated, like Loving You. Even they made a music video about that, but it's still underrated, I think. Some other ones, Bad Boy, like they have two songs named Bad Boy and they're both so good, but the Bad Boy that I'm talking about is one that's like more cutesy. Like again, I'll link it down below. Okay, you guys gotta watch. You guys have to look at the description. You have to look at the description. Okay. Okay, I have to cut this off because my battery is dying. I'm at 7%, but just know that I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Much more to come on this channel, and stay tuned. That's all I gotta say. All right, home planet, love you. 사랑해요. 안녕. It's done. It is done.